Tonight on Alaska's news source, winter weather alerts ahead for most Alaskans as the first of two storms begins to make landfall, making Sunday and Monday your first alert weather days.
Plus, 2 Alaskans are now senators after the Senate confirms the governor's picks. And Anchorage's Small Business Saturday is concluding with a tree lighting downtown, how you can see it.
You're watching Alaska's news source.
As temperatures warm and the threat of freezing rain and snow return to South Central, first alert weather days are in effect leading into the work week. Whether you're out shopping or wrapping up your holiday weekend and preparing for school and work Monday, we have all the information you need to be safe and prepared. Bailey, what are the biggest impacts and when do people need to start preparing for changing conditions?
Well, Michaela, most of these changing conditions are moving in by tonight for South Central, but the biggest impacts will be moving in Sunday night going into Monday. Now, just looking at your satellite and radar, you can see all across the state we're seeing these winter alerts in effect, but we're mostly going to be talking about South Central today with those big impacts. Now, just looking at the jet stream forecast, that big low pressure center by the Aleutian chain is really the biggest thing we're going to be paying attention to, and why we're seeing these impacts moving in. You can see that jet stream begin to shift up towards South Central. This is going to bring in a shortwave trough, and that's going to bring in more of those isolated conditions such as that freezing rain as well as snow potential. Now, for tonight, pay attention to these overnight lows. These lows are reaching below freezing mostly across the state. You can also see that band of moisture pushing in the southern portion of Alaska from South Central all the way into southeast, but then these high temperatures are significantly warmer than these lows, and this is really what brings in the biggest impact for that freezing rain, with those overnight lows sitting below freezing, and then as that freezing rain moves in, they begin to freeze on contact with the surface, and then tomorrow with these highs pretty warm, near in the mid-30s for Anchorage, we're going to see some melting conditions, which means more wet roads, as well as any snow that we get will begin to melt off and cause very slushy roads as well. So really, it's a really big travel impact that we're paying attention to. And just looking at our precipitation tomorrow, you're going to see that jump from Sunday early afternoon into Sunday night, and then another big jump by Sunday into Monday morning. And that's also for southeast, where we're going to see quite a lot of rain moving in, over 1.5 to 2 inches for that region by Monday afternoon. Now, for South Central specifically, that is really what we're going to be focusing on today, are these freezing rain impacts as well as some light snow potential. But pay attention to these temperatures. So Michaela, I'll have more just a little bit later in the show.
Bailey, just to make it clear, when are our first alert days?
Our first alert days will be Sunday and Monday.
Great, thank you so much. A crash on the Seward Highway on the evening of Thanksgiving left 1 man dead. Alaska State Troopers say the crash happened near mile 64 of the Seward Highway. That's not too far from Granite Creek. Troopers say the preliminary investigation shows 2 vehicles that were going south collided. The driver of one of those was 63-year-old Michael Rudy from Anchor Point. Troopers say he died at the scene. They say 2 other people were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. And also on Thanksgiving, 1 person did not make it out of a home fire in Eek. Troopers say the call about the fire came in around 11:40 p.m. Thursday, about 45 minutes after the home had started burning. Multiple people had made it out of the home, but troopers say a woman was missing. Yesterday, a state deputy fire marshal found human remains in the home. The cause of the fire is under investigation, but troopers say foul play is not suspected. And a North Pole man charged with kidnapping and assault stemming from a situation that happened in October is facing new charges. Alaska State Troopers say 44-year-old Jonathan Critchfield is now also charged with misconduct involving a weapon and theft. According to troopers, officers found 2 sawed-off shotguns in Critchfield's bedroom while investigating the situation that led to the kidnapping and assault charges. Troopers say they also found a stolen rifle. AST says Critchfield, as well as another person, are accused of stealing electricity and services from Golden Valley Electric Association in excess of $7,000. We have reached out to Critchfield's attorney for comment on the case, but did not immediately hear back. 2 new Alaskans are now senators. The Alaska Senate majority says today the Senate met in Anchorage to confirm Kathy Tilton and George Rauscher to the Senate. They are both not new to representing Alaskans. They have both held a seat in the House. They are replacing Senators Shelley Hughes and Senator Mike Shower, who both recently stepped down. Governor Dunleavy appointed them to fill the vacancies earlier this week. And shoppers around Anchorage were invited to shop their way through downtown Anchorage this Small Business Saturday. One of those hot spots for the day took place inside the Captain Cook Hotel, where its annual holiday bazaar was held. Dozens of small businesses were selling their merchandise.
This is the biggest Christmas market I think that I do every year. I'm pretty busy this time of year, so I don't do as many holiday markets. So I try to, make it count when I do. And then Kelly, my business partner, is doing a Small Business Saturday market in Seattle right now.
And to conclude Small Business Saturday, in about an hour, Anchorage's Town Square Park will be a little brighter. Tonight, the annual tree lighting will be taking place at the Anchorage Downtown Partnership says the tradition has been going on for more than 20 years. The event starts at 6 and the tree lighting ceremony starts at 6:15. There'll be live music and free hot chocolate. You can also meet Santa and his reindeer. Still ahead, it's the time of the year to hit the slopes. 2 South Central ski areas open today, and hear about day 1.
You're watching Alaska's news source.
Today marked the full opening day for 2 South Central ski slopes. Alyeska Resort and Hilltop Ski Area both opened to the public this morning. Alyeska and Hilltop both say they saw an above-average opening day turnout. This comes on the heels of last year's low snow coverage in and around Anchorage, but there's hope that this year will be different.
This time last year, I think we actually had better coverage than this, but the trouble was last winter, we just didn't get a lot of natural. We had a lot of warm-ups, so we don't know what comes with the future of the weather, of course, but everything looks like it's going to be a solid year for us.
This year, we've got way more coverage on the lower mountain than we started with last year. We've got about 5 runs open and groomed today, and that will continue to grow and expand as Mother Nature provides.
Both slopes are giving credit to their teams for all the snowbanking and other preparations that went into opening day. Arctic Valley Ski Area's calendar says opening day is December 13th. Its Facebook page says the slopes open to snow tubing tomorrow. The Kiwanis Club of Fairbanks held its annual Christmas tree sale at the Tanana Valley Fairgrounds today. Last weekend, dozens of volunteers helped load 652 trees into the nonprofit's location, all cut in Oregon and transported fresh to the interior. This is video of the preparations. The trees range in price depending on their size and type, and community members are encouraged to come by and smell the trees even if they don't buy.
Not everybody likes the same type of tree because each tree opens differently. Each tree smells a little differently. Some trees are very full, and some trees aren't so full. And we have a tree for every taste.
The sale acts as a fundraiser for the club, which donates to children's causes across the community, including the Fairbanks Food Bank, Stone Soup Cafe, and scholarships.
Thanks for listening. Click subscribe so you can get the latest podcast from Alaska's news source automatically. And stay up to date with breaking news and in-depth reporting available for free 24/7 with the Alaska's news source app.